Hello, welcome back to my channel and to today's video. It is the third renovation vlog, or the start of it, and I'm at the house with Holly and Lily and we're going to start painting because this room is an eyesore and it's going to take a few layers of paint to cover these walls, so I thought we'd better off starting in here. So I will show you the progress that we make this evening. Hello, it's now a few days later. I forgot to film the updates when Holly and Lily were here, but also it was pitch black outside, so you couldn't really tell the state of the walls anyway. But yeah, we managed to we just did one coat in the second bedroom and it has covered the walls pretty well, so I'm happy with that. So I'll turn you around and show you. So here we go. Need to set the curtain rail down so we can do up there, but it's covered pretty well. Pretty well. The only thing that I have noticed is there's some staining coming through here that you can see. Now, that might be damp, or if there has been smokers in the house, that could be also the case. I mean, it would surprise me that damp would come through that quickly, but, you know, it's not impossible. So, yeah, I need to have a look at that. Maybe try a coat with some PVA mixed into it and see if that stops it from coming through, or maybe some stain blocker paint. I'll ask my dad about that, actually, see what he says. By the time this vlog goes up, it'll be probably too late. However, if any of you have any thoughts or solutions, then leave a comment, because, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. It's just that one patch so far. So I'll see if any more does come through. But as you can see, it's not bad for one coat. To be fair, we had a bit of excess paint, so some of the bottom bit along there and across there, that's 2 coats. And it's actually covering it remarkably well. So I'm really happy with that. But I think I mentioned at the end of my second renovation vlog that my parents are away. They are currently away at the moment. And so nothing really will be getting done here till they're back now. Because I need to look after the dog. I'm working full time. My grandparents are going on a lunchtime and spending an hour or two with him, which is really great of them. It means he's not on his own all day. But then when I get back home on a night, I don't want to be coming out and leaving him again. He's also not safe here because the floors are still up downstairs, and also he just wouldn't settle, and it would be a massive nuisance, to be honest with you. And I know I'd probably come over here, start painting, and then within half an hour to an hour stop and go home because he'd be whining his little head off. But anyway, yeah, so not much will be done for the next week or so. They're back a week today, actually. So probably not till the weekend after, because today is Saturday. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you there has been some progress. But that will be it for now. I'll see you when I next do something. Hello, it is now many weeks later, well, probably about 3 weeks later. Dad's back off his jollies, so we're doing some stuff with the floor. We've just been taking some more floorboards up because we realised that this back room that I'm stood in now was causing issues with the front being level. So Dad came last week and then levelled the front. We realised that the back needed doing as well. So I'll quickly turn you around and just show you what stage we're at. We need to denail the joists that we've just taken the floorboards up from, and then start packing them out so that, because they're sat on certain parts of the walls, and where they're not touching the walls, we need to pack them out so that it's just got something to sit on the whole way across. So these are the ones, as you can see, that we've just taken the floorboards up from. Dad just got a circular saw and took it down there because this side is completely level. So we've got all those floorboards in there. And then, as you can see, if I step down here, that the joists are sat on this soldier wall here. But then, for example, here, it's not. So these bits here we need to pack out, but these floors now are a lot more level than they were before. So once we've got them denailed and packed out, we can start laying the floorboards back down. you've got a smiley, Jack, because I am very happy with the progress that we've made today. So we have leveled all the floors, packed underneath where we need to, and laid half of the front room floor, which is great progress because it means that next weekend we can just come in and lay the rest of the boards. I was going to say, excuse me, I've got a bit of a dry throat. Let's have a drink. Yes, so it means that next weekend we can just come in and lay the rest of the boards. Going to need to buy some chipboard, mainly for the bit along that wall because that was chipboard before, but when we took it up, it all broke into horrible bits, so we binned it. So we'll definitely need some for there, and then we have lost a few floorboards, so there will be a couple of areas in the front room that we need to put some chipboard down, but then all the timber that's back in the kitchen there that came out of the bit that we've taken out today will just go straight back down. Excuse me. We put it in the kitchen in the order it came up in, so it can go back down in the same order, so we know that they're all going to interlock perfectly. And yes, after that, when we got all the floor down, I'm going to be doing some decorating because it is the 8th or 9th of October today. It's my birthday on Tuesday the 11th, so yeah, it's the 8th today. And I'm having a Halloween party for my birthday on the 29th. And for that, I just want to get some paint on the walls, have the floor down, and maybe see if I can try and get the gas reconnected at the same time, in time for that. At the moment, my thermostat's reading at 16.5 degrees, so with 20 odd people in here, I think it would be fine without heating, to be honest with you, but it would be nice to get that sorted. This house is on prepayment meters, so the energy company is supposed to be sending me, sorry, excuse me, the energy company is supposed to be sending me vouchers that I can take with me to put on my energy key that I top up and then put it on meters in the house, but I haven't received any yet, so I need to call them, A, about reconnecting the gas, and B, about that. But my throat is so dry that I'm going to stop talking now. And I'll probably catch up with you next weekend when we come back to do the rest of the floor. I've just realised I didn't even show you what we've done with the floor. So here you are. The first boards are down. So we've just got, what's that, like 12 down there? And it's made a huge difference, and it's so much more level than it was before. It does not, you can't tell obviously from the camera, but there is no bowed boards anymore. It is absolutely brilliant, and means that when I come to lay the laminate flooring, it will lay much easier. So it's the next weekend now, we're back at the house, and we're going to start off by putting those floorboards back down in the rear reception room. But I just wanted to show you all the tiles that I found, because I don't think I showed you last week. So I cleaned them up as much as I could. But these are all the tiles that must have been from the original fire. Quite pretty. I'm going to see if I can get any of them to fit back together again to make even just one complete tile. And yeah, so it's this section here that we're putting down first. So I'll have most of this floor to work on and then finish off that room in there. Say hi, Dad. He's got selective hearing. I said say hi. Hi. Oh God. So, we have almost a full floor. Let me turn you around and explain what's left to do. So, here we go, look. The front room's almost done. All this is back down in the back room. So all we need to do, I've ordered online chipboard to fill there. And then at home, my dad has some planks that are the same size as these, or the same thickness at least, that we can use to just fill in this last little bit. But besides that, I've got a floor again. So I'm very, very happy. There's a few lumps missing here and there, but it is so much more level than it was before. And it won't be long until I can get the plasterer in, which is my sister's boyfriend's dad, to plasterboard this wall and skim it, and then plaster, skim coat the rest of it. That needs a bit of plasterboard in there to fill in when this all needs making up. My hand looks weird there. But yeah, the floor is almost bloody done. So next weekend, literally all we need to do is cut a couple of pieces of chipboard to fit in here and fit a few boards in here, and then it's done. And that means, because we're now on the 15th of October, that I can start doing some more painting and getting this place cleaned up, ready for my birthday party on the 29th. Even though my birthday's already 4 days ago, it was on the 11th. Yeah, my party's on the 29th, just because of the way things have worked out. But it's a good job it's on the 29th, because if it was any earlier, I'd be struggling to get it finished in time. So yes, I'm very happy with today's progress. Didn't get any time lapses because I got a few last weekend and I didn't want to do time lapse overkill, but I don't know. Let me know if you'd like time lapses every time I'm here. It's just difficult trying to film as you go without doing a time lapse, because I'm in the middle of trying to screw a floorboard down. I don't really want to be recording that at the same time as doing it because I need both hands. And also my dad, bless him, he doesn't necessarily want to be filmed all the time doing stuff. So yeah, let me know if you want more time lapses or if you're happy with just sort of general updates showing you the progress from what it was like before. But yes, I will probably see you again next weekend. So it is the following weekend now. I'm just going to come out of the way because there's Mambo number 5 on in the background. I don't want to get copyrighted. But we're here. We have just started on finishing the floor. Excuse my hair, I'm getting it cut next weekend. It's quite overgrown. But yeah, we just had my sister's partner's dad around to come and quote me for plastering, so that's good. That could be started soon. And the floors are going all right. So hopefully in a couple of hours they'll be done. Editing Jack is making an appearance because I am aware that the clips in this video make it look like my dad did all the manual labour, and that's because I feel awkward asking him to film me when I'm doing stuff, and so the only clips really are when I've got a chance to grab the camera and film it, which is obviously when he's doing stuff, unless obviously it is the time lapse that I set up. So I denailed all the joists as you saw, but then whilst he was screwing the boards down, I was getting the next one and cleaning it down because they're tongue and groove floorboards, and both the female receptor and the male nib on each joist were absolutely caked in dirt, because the floorboards have never been lifted in the entire time they've been laid. They're original to the property, so that's 122 years they've been down, and you could tell that they've never been taken up because of the nails that they were nailed down with. Forgotten what they're called now, but my dad knew anyway, and he was pretty certain they're original to the house. So yeah, I was cleaning all the crud off them and then handing them to my dad in order of best to worst, because some of them came up better than others had bits broken off or splintered. And then in the most recent clips, it was mainly my dad screwing down loads of floorboards and sawing. Now, what you didn't see, obviously because my dad didn't film me, is that he started off by screwing some boards down, then showed me how to do it, and then I took over screwing all the boards down whilst he sawed the timber for, well, A, the original floorboards that needed cutting down, and B, the new pieces of timber to fill the gaps. So that is what was going on, and I was doing a lot more than it appears. I just don't want anyone commenting, thinking that I left my dad to do it all by himself, because I didn't. And I'm also really grateful to him for teaching me how to use a drill properly. It's really stupid, but I'd never really used a drill before to do anything. And he's been very patient with me across this whole process, and been very good at teaching me many different skills, which was one of the reasons I wanted to do this. One of the reasons I wanted a renovation project, because I wanted to learn some practical DIY skills. No one likes an architect that doesn't actually know what they're talking about, because they've never had any practical experience. And also, I'm genuinely interested anyway. But yes, rambling now, filmed for 3 minutes, just wanted to drop this clip in to explain what was really going on in these clips. So, we have a floor. Let me turn you around. So the chipboard is down here, all through that bit. And then here, there is just one piece that I'm gonna cut, and I'm gonna come back tomorrow and screw it down, but this is all done. We're gonna have to get some flexible filler to just mesh that bit in there. That's the one bit that's not the same level, because this floor here, it does slope up slightly, but it's so straight and flat with the way that it does it that we haven't changed that, because it's not an issue. It's just here that we need to solve that, but some flexible filler again will be fine there. And then a little bit here too, but it's so much better than it was, because now it's perfectly straight all in here, and it's perfectly level all in here until you get to about there, and it just gently slopes back to that wall, but it's one straight slope, so it's not an issue, and it is quite minimal, because that is the difference. So that shows you the gradient at which it's sloping. It's fine, it will do. It is such an old house that no matter what you do to it, unless you pulled absolutely every single scrap of material out, all the soldier walls, everything, and just completely redid it from scratch, it's never going to be perfectly level. And it is so much better than it was, and it is more than good enough for what I need, because I'm laying laminate flooring down on top of it. Ultimately, at some point, this house is going to be tenanted, and so I don't want to go to the effort of sanding back and staining floorboards for them to be not looked after very well, potentially. And also, I've shown you before in earlier videos, but they'd already replaced so much of it with chipboard. Where we put the chipboard down in there, that was chipboard before anyway. So I would have had to buy loads of replacement floorboards, and it would have looked quite odd, because there's a very, why am I pointing? There's a very straight cut in both rooms, and they would have it wasn't gonna work. And these floorboards are not in good condition. I know that adds charm and rustic and whatnot, but anyway, I bought laminate and laying laminate, and the floor is flat enough and smooth enough to lay laminate on top of. So, brilliant. Next protocol, getting the place plastered. So this whole wall needs boarding and then plastering. The rest of it just needs skim coat plastering. The only other bit that needs boarding is that bit there. So I've got a rough quote for that, which I'm happy with. He also quoted me for redoing this ceiling, but it would be quite a lot of extra money, and so instead, basically all that is there, that's not a board dropping, the ceiling is not collapsing, that is just some tape, some board tape, that is coming down slightly. I'll see if I can show you a close-up of that, and it just needs sticking back up, that's all that's happened. Yeah. So you can see there, all it is the layer of Artex and tape that's come down. The actual board itself is still in place. So I'm not going to the efforts of reboarding a whole ceiling just for that. I'll just stick it back up. I don't like Artex, but my budget is tight. I've said this before, and for the extra hundreds of pounds, about £250 to £300 to board it and skim it, I'm not not prepared to pay that. I haven't got the money, simple as that. But yes, overall, really chuffed that I finally got a floor besides that one tiny piece. And tomorrow I'm going to come back, fit that piece, and I'm going to start cleaning through because next weekend is my birthday Halloween party. And as Liz Truss resigned yesterday or the day before, 2 days ago now, that's who I'm going to go as. So stay tuned for that. Hello. So it's not Sunday, it's Monday night. As you can see, it's dark outside. It is 5 to 9 at night, and the reason that I'm not here on the Sunday is that I got a text from the plasterer, aka my sister's partner's dad. Easy to say, plasterer. Rob. Got a text from Rob saying that he can do my plastering tomorrow, as in Tuesday. So I didn't come and clean yesterday because I thought, what is the point in me coming and spending hours here cleaning for everything to get covered in plaster dust? I'd assumed it'd be a few weeks before you could squeeze me in, but no, tomorrow. So that is amazing. But I've come down tonight to ceremonially lay the final piece of the floor. It is going just down there, as you will have seen in the thumbnail. So I've come with my piece of timber, drill, and some screws. So let me set up the camera on this tripod. Say camera, I mean phone. This suspicious looking tripod, and then I'm going to lay the last piece of the floor and I'll finally have a 100% finished level floor. There we go. There we have it. As you will have seen, it was a bit of a tight fit, but it's down, and I am very happy about that. Let me show you the floor again with the piece finally in there. So here we have it. A fully finished floor with the final piece in. And yes, I am wearing my Birkenstock Bostons. I love them very much. But yeah, here we go. All ready for the plasterer to start tomorrow. Rob is his name. I feel bad calling him the plasterer, he's more than that. So all of this whole wall will be plasterboarded and skimmed. And then anywhere that you see the grey render, so all the way around here, and in here, will all be plastered. That needs boarding in there and made up in there, and that all plastered. And finally, this little bit here. So I'm going to leave this video here since we've reached another milestone. And check back in with the next one to see a massive transformation of how much better the downstairs looks when it's been plastered. and then I can start decorating. So will be another big milestone very, very soon. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and I will see you again soon with another video.